All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the webinar. I am Nathan Crane. I'm so excited that you're here joining me for this really important web class. We're going to be starting in just a moment. Before we do me a favor, please. And number one, let me know that you can hear me okay. You can see the slides okay. Let me know that everything is working on your end. If you can type in the chat and let me know, that would be great. And then number two is let me know where you're joining in from. Love to see where in the world you are joining us. I know we have thousands of people registered from all over the world, and I love to see this incredible global community who is here learning and being a part of gaining this important information for your health, for your future, for yourself, your family, clients, patients, whatever reason you are here to learn about this super important topic. I welcome you. I am grateful you're joining us and appreciate you for being here. And wow, yeah, look at that. People from all over the world. Welcome. So awesome to see all of you chatting in from all over. We have people in states all over the United States. We have people from Germany, from France, from countries all over Europe, even Africa. We have people in Australia, all over the world, Canada. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So excited you're joining me for this really important web class. We are about to get started. The second thing I'd love for you to type in, or the third thing, I'd love for you to type in the chat before we get going here is if you are new to my work or if you've been following my work for a while, please let me know. Go ahead and type that in. Have you taken my master classes in the past? Have you read my books? Have you been a part of my conferences? Have you gone to my summits? Have you watched my documentary series? I've been in the natural health space and the independent research and education space in the health field for going on 2 decades now. So I love to see how many of you are new to my work and how many of you have been following my work for a while now. So go ahead and type that in. Awesome. I see you guys chatting in. Yeah, new. Oh, you've been following for years. Oh, that's awesome. You've been to my conferences. That's so cool to see. I love people who are coming to continue to learn and new people are coming in to learn, because really what I believe one of the biggest reasons we're here on this earth is to learn and grow and evolve and become better in every area of our life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And this continued growth is something I'm so dedicated to, have been for nearly 2 decades, and will continue to be for the rest of my life. And I love seeing so many of you who are dedicated to this and have been dedicated to for many, many years. So that's so awesome to see. So as we get started here, I just want to ask you a quick favor. Please shut down any distractions. If you have Facebook open, if you have your phone turned on next to you, if you're on a computer, or a computer next to you and you're watching this on your phone, if you have the TV on, if you got a bunch of noise in the background, please do yourself and do myself a favor, and do everybody here on this web class a favor, and turn off those distractions. Take a moment to do so. And here's why. Number one, I'm going to be giving you 100% of myself over this next hour or so, and share with you really life-changing, cutting-edge information that I know is going to give you tremendous value. But it's only going to give you value if you're really focused and tuned in and paying attention, because I talk fast. I'm going to cover a lot of information, and there's things I don't want you to miss. I want to make sure that you get all the value that you've signed up for. So please remove any distractions and just focus here with me 100%. I'm going to give you 100% of myself, and I promise you're going to leave this web class, you're going to leave this presentation more empowered, more inspired, with real practical solutions for your health, and how to not only learn to prevent cancer, but if you're dealing with chronic disease like cancer, what you can actually do about it, and how these toxins are so essential to get out of your life and your body right now. So can you do that, please? Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So here we go. Let's dive in. We are ready. Here's what this web class is all about. Today, I'm going to share with you the 9 cancer-causing toxins likely stuck in your body right now, preventing you from healing, and why no matter what you do, they're still damaging your body without you even knowing it. I will back this up with evidence and show you not only why these toxins you're not even aware of are causing cancer, but how your life and health can improve once you get them out. Sound good? All right. So I'm also going to show you the 3 secrets of why these 9 major toxins are preventing you from healing and what you can do about it. So if you're ready, type into chat, I am ready. All right, let's rock and roll. So real quick, I just want to share with you some feedback I've received recently from real people all over the world who follow my programs like this. This is from C. I've kept her name private per her request. But she wrote to me recently. She said, Nathan, I have stage 4 cancer. I've been following your work, making the changes you talk about. I now have tremendous hope, and the greatest news of all, I just got back from my latest doctor's visit, and all of my scans have shown improvement. The cancer is regressing. Thank you with all of my heart. So it just touches my heart when I receive feedback like this. And C, I'm so glad that you are healing. Frank recently wrote to me, said, hey, Nathan, let me begin by saying that I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer June 1st, and you and the great work you do are one extremely strong reason that I have complete faith that I will make a complete recovery. Into a world of grim statistics, you bring light, hope, and the power of knowledge and truth. With great appreciation and kind regards, Frank. It's awesome to hear, Frank. You know, we receive hundreds of testimonials like these all the time from my documentaries, my coaching programs, and my master classes. And honestly, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into all of these here. I'm just sharing a few with you here, so you know that there are other people around the world who are seeing results from what I share and what we share through our various programs. But I want to share these with you because I want you to know that people just like you are benefiting greatly from the master classes and information, web classes like this that I share. And it's these kinds of feedback that people send me all the time that give me, honestly, the humility and the gratitude and the fulfillment to keep doing this incredible work, keep doing this important research, and keep teaching this life-saving material to people like you all over the world. You know, I really feel if I can just help change one life, and maybe that's yours, then it's all worth it. So before we continue, I do need to give a little bit of a results disclaimer. This is super important, so please pay attention. I cannot promise and will never promise that you will cure cancer. If your intention is to prevent cancer or cure cancer, I can't promise any of that. In fact, not even the best oncologists today can make that promise. But what I can guarantee you is you will leave this presentation feeling more empowered and informed with real solutions. I will give you real solutions based in science to support you on achieving higher levels of health and vitality. I will show you why most people are sick and what you can do to not only prevent cancer, but help your body eliminate some of the most vicious underlying causes of cancer. Is that fair? All right. So who is this web class for? It's really for 2 kinds of people. Anyone who is concerned about toxins that can cause chronic disease and wants to get them out of their bodies and their life, or anyone with a chronic health challenge who wants to empower their bodies to heal. If that's you, you are in the right place. So here's what you're going to learn during this web class. Number 1, the fastest way to help your body fully heal or prevent getting sick is by removing these 9 toxins. And number 2, the best way for you to remove these 9 cancer-causing toxins is through following a proven step-by-step approach, which I will share with you during this presentation. And as we dive into today's class, there's something we need to understand about our government agencies, who many people believe are making policy for our best interest. Oftentimes they're making policies for the safety of societies, but sadly, more often than not, they are making policies that are about the bottom line, right? I think we all know that. It is really important to note, just because our government agencies allow products filled with toxic chemicals to be bought and sold in stores doesn't mean they are actually safe. In fact, most of them are not. And I want you to remember that because it's going to answer some questions you have a little bit later on in this presentation, okay? So most people ask me what made me so dedicated about researching cancer and helping millions of people learn about cancer prevention and cancer healing. And in really one heartbreaking story, it was my grandpa. He was diagnosed with cancer, and when I went to visit him in Arizona, he was really sick and in lots of pain. And what I discovered was that it wasn't the cancer that had made him so sick. It was the conventional chemotherapy and radiation that was poisoning him. And as I sat with him, really feeling afraid and hopeless, not knowing what to do, I went home, and shortly after, in 2013, he passed away. And from that moment forward, I just became obsessed about cancer. I became obsessed for myself, my family, for others. I didn't ever want to feel that way again. I didn't ever want to not know what to do if somebody in my family or somebody close to me had cancer. And in 2013, I just began interviewing and learning from every expert I could, producing summits, conferences, magazines, video series, documentaries, docuseries, on and on and on. To this day, now having won over 20 awards, having received recognition from the California Senate, having been a part of scientific research with nonprofit organizations, and really having been blessed to have reached and helped millions of people over the years. And it's all because this deep desire to help stop suffering, to see my own grandpa suffer, and realize, man, I don't want anybody to go through that. Not me, not my family, not anybody. So as I learned more about what is cancer, what causes, and what we can do about it, I started sharing that with others, and learned a tremendous amount over the past decade plus, with specifically related on cancer research. And it's amazing what I've learned and have seen people transform their lives and even reverse irreversible cancers. And so this is why I continue to do the work that I do, and why I'm so just honored and humbled to be here serving and helping you. And so as we dive in, there's a really important question we have to ask and we have to answer, and that is, what actually is cancer? So let me ask you, does anyone know who this gentleman is? Go ahead and post it in the chat if you know who this is. Do you know who this gentleman is? I'll give you a second here. Anybody guess? Well, this is Otto Warburg. He won the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine in 1931 for his discovery of the nature and mode of action of the respiratory enzyme. As part of his research, he discovered that cancer cells switch from oxidative phosphorylation, otherwise you could just call healthy cellular respiration. They switch to a fermentation process called aerobic glycolysis. Now, that fermentation process utilizes a tremendous amount of glucose for its energy production. And cancer cells usually, I say usually, and most of the time, they have other fuel sources they can switch to, and they can actually utilize multiple fuel sources. But more often than not, they get most of their energy from this fermentative aerobic glycolysis process, meaning they use a tremendous amount of glucose basically to stay alive, to produce the energy that they need. Now, Otto Warburg was first to discover that cancer was a metabolic disease, not a disease of the genes or the genome, as many doctors actually still believe today. He was able to help further in understanding that the cells become cancerous because of excessive damage to the mitochondria in the cells. Many scientific experiments have been conducted over the years that have validated Warburg's theory of cancer. And to this day, even well-known scientists and professors like Thomas Seyfried have published works in peer-reviewed journals showing that the genetic mutation theory of cancer most doctors follow today is actually not valid, and that the mitochondrial metabolic theory of cancer that Warburg discovered is actually more accurate. So what is cancer? I ask you again. Cancer happens in the body because of damage and destruction to the mitochondria in our cells, plain and simple. It's a metabolic survival mechanism that can be prevented and can be reversed. That's the exciting part. So the next obvious question in my journey was, okay, so what damages the mitochondria? And you guessed it, toxins. Now, that's really empowering to know, because majority of mitochondrial damage is actually within our control, which I'm going to share with you exactly how to take your health back in your control by detoxing these cancer-causing toxins out of your life and your body during this presentation. Sound good? All right, let's do it. So these 9 toxins we're about to discuss are, in my professional opinion and in my extensive research, the most important categories of toxins you need to eliminate from your body if you want to heal and thrive, to prevent cancer or even to reverse it. And once you do, your body is significantly more empowered to do what it does best, which is fight cancer and other chronic diseases and heal itself. First, let's define toxins. When I'm talking about toxins, here's what I'm talking about. Number one, things that are poisonous, or number two, very harmful or unpleasant in a pervasive or insidious way. Does that sound familiar to you? Does anyone have a person in their life that actually fits this definition? I bet some of you do. But right now we're primarily talking about man-made toxins, but actually there are toxic relationships and toxic experiences that we will talk about that go beyond just man-made chemicals, and we'll get into that, and that's really important actually. But if you've been struggling with cancer or any chronic disease, it's most likely because your body is bombarded by one or more of these 9 toxins. Look at this chart. From 1975 to 2016, you can see the massive increase from over 3.5 million people diagnosed to over 15 million people diagnosed. And the projected numbers, these are annual numbers. The projected numbers, if nothing keeps changing, is just keeps going up and up to about the projected 50% of people will be diagnosed in their lifetime in the next couple of decades alone. It's insane because in the 1950s, that number was only 10%. It's a 500% increase in just 70 years. Now, let's look at the chemical industry production during the similar timeline. So more than 140,000 new chemicals have been invented and manufactured in the past 75 years. These synthetic chemicals are largely produced from fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas. Some are used in the manufacture of plastics. Others are incorporated into millions of consumer goods and all kinds of industrial products, in foods and clothing and motor fuels and pesticides and toys and cosmetics and baby bottles. The global chemical manufacturing is increasing by about 3.5% per year and is on track to double by 2045. These manufactured chemicals have become widely disseminated in the environment. They're found today even in the most remote areas of the planet. Humans are exposed to these chemicals every day. In national surveys conducted across the CDC, measurable quantities of more than 200 manufactured chemicals are routinely detected in human tissues. In most countries, manufactured chemicals are allowed to enter the markets with little scrutiny. Some are found only after years or even decades of use to have caused damage to humans and to our ecosystem. Think about DDT, asbestos, lead, chlorofluorocarbons, right? All these things that were allowed into the environment, allowed into our lives, and then found that they were causing massive brain damage and cancer and all kinds of things in our children and in our homes and in our schools. It's insane. They just get put out into the environment with very little safety testing, and then you have to prove that they cause damage, which takes years and millions of funding, and then they get removed and more chemicals get put in. So let's compare chemical increase over the years to cancer rate increase over the years. Look at this. Look at these both charts. Look at the one on the left, which shows over the past 30 plus years, chemical production increase. And on the right, cancer rate increase. These charts, you could overlap them on top of each other and they would look almost exactly the same. Isn't that interesting? So let's begin identifying these 9 toxins, these main categories, what they do to your bodies, why you need to understand what they're doing to us, to our brains, our bodies, our children. And then we'll get into how do we actually eliminate them. Because once you get these out of your life and out of your body, that's when you'll finally be ready to heal and to thrive, okay? The first category is pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Then we have candida lysine and mycotoxins. Then we have heavy metals. Then we have processed sugar. Then we have phthalates, PTSD, emotional stress, fillers, additives, and preservatives, and then parasites and EMFs. These are the main 9 toxins. We're going to talk about a few of these in this presentation in depth. so you understand them. But these are the 9 that you need to be most concerned about, according to the decade plus of research I have done in this field. Now, my friend and colleague, Dr. Dana Flavin, who was a former assistant to the director of toxicology at the FDA, when she works with cancer patients, one of the first things she does is help patients detox from heavy metals. Heavy metals are just some of the toxins we need to remove from the body if we want to heal. According to Dr. Flavin, almost everyone who's had cancer or who has cancer has toxins in their bodies, and heavy metals are one of the big ones. Eliminating heavy metals from the body makes it possible to restructure the fluid inside tumor cells and turn it into a normal fluid that can actually stop the DNA from replicating. She says aluminum and mercury are especially problematic with destructuring the fluid inside of the tumor cells so that the DNA is no longer stable. When DNA is unstable, it starts to divide and fluctuate. The thing is heavy metals are just some of the toxins we need to remove from the body if we want to heal. So we don't have time to go into every single one of the toxins or the heavy metals in this web class, but we'll go through some of them right now, okay? We're gonna start with the big ones you really need to know about. The first one's mercury. One of the heavy metals you have to get out of your life and your body if you want to heal is mercury. So looking at this chart, an estimated 2,220 tons of mercury are currently emitted to the environment each year as a direct result of human activity. We have some small amounts of natural mercury, and then we have this crazy human production of mercury. It is nasty stuff. And rats and mice that ate organic mercury compounds for a long period of time developed kidney cancer. Rats that ate an inorganic mercury compound for a long period of time developed stomach or thyroid cancer. And the EPA has determined that mercuric chloride, which is basically inorganic mercury salt, and methyl mercury are possible human carcinogens that cause cancer. Many of the vaccines children receive today use thimerosal, which is about 50% mercury. And mercury today is found in the water and fish, seafood, and other foods, and is most likely in your body right now. So the question I have is, would you agree that we need to get it out of your life and out of your body? Yes? Good. Then we're on the same page. So another heavy metal we're often exposed to every day is aluminum. So according to published research in PubMed, intake of aluminum, either through aerosols or particles, through food, through water, medical treatment, skin contact, vaccinations, dialysis, infusions, you must remove aluminum if you want to heal. Now, there's more metals we need to get out of the body, but the method to get majority of these metals out is the same method. So I'm not going to go into every single metal. We're going to go on to the next big category. Just know that heavy metals are not meant to be in the body, certainly not for long periods of time, and certainly not in high quantities like they are today. But let's look at one of the other toxins, plastics. So the manufacture, use, and disposal of various plastics can pose significant health risks, including the risk of cancer. One of the common plastics today is PVC. The P stands for poly, and the VC stands for vinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride is classified as a human carcinogen, meaning it causes cancer. PVC is one of the most commonly manufactured plastics in the world, used in so many of the products everybody uses today. It's most strongly associated with liver cancer. However, VC, vinyl chloride, has also been identified as a cause of hepatocellular carcinoma and has also been associated with non-malignant health effects, including in the liver and other organs, as well as other malignancies. VC is just one form of toxins that comes from plastics. Most plastics also have something called phthalates, which are a group of chemicals used to make plastics more durable. Phthalates are in hundreds of products, such as personal care products, soap, shampoos, hairsprays, and more body care products you use every single day. Phthalate exposure is associated with adverse developmental effects in terms of increased prenatal mortality, reduced growth and birth weight, skeletal, visceral, and external malformations in rodents. Chronic exposure to phthalates will adversely influence the endocrine system and functioning of multiple organs, which has negative long-term impacts on the success of pregnancy, child growth, development, and overall hormonal and immune health of adults. If we want to help our bodies prevent or fight off cancer and chronic disease, we have to eliminate plastics and the plastic chemicals that are in our bodies. So the next big one we need to talk about is pesticides, because most people are exposed to this every single day. Now, here's research shared in an article from the scientific journal Nature. And even though pesticides are sprayed on land, many times they can make their way into a water source, right? They end up in the river, the oceans, ponds, streams, creeks. And when the water becomes contaminated with pesticides, many of the fish and the other animals die and get sick. This throws the whole ecosystem off balance. Now, pesticides also affect the groundwater through the process of leaching, and it leaches down into our drinking water and then enters into our glasses of water at home. So they're coming, even if you're not eating pesticides on your food, they're coming into your water, they're coming into the groundwater. If you're eating animals, you're eating fish, it's ending up in the animals and the fish. It's ending up in the air we breathe. It is everywhere. Not only are pesticides dangerous to the environment, but they are hazardous to our health. Pesticides get stored in your colon, where they slowly poison the body. You may not even realize this, but when you're eating a non-organic pear, you are eating generally over 30 different pesticides that have been sprayed on the pear. Even if you wash that fruit, if it's not organic and it has these pesticides on it, there are still many pesticides lingering on it, and they could have seeped into the belly of the fruit or vegetables. Strawberries, apples, carrots, celery, spinach, grapes, cucumbers. These are just a few of the types of foods that you should not eat if they're not organic, because the pesticide level on them is the highest. But you also need those foods to be healthy. So we'll get into the solutions here in a minute, but just know that even if you wash it, the pesticides are still there. Now, after countless studies, pesticides have been linked to cancer, Alzheimer's, ADHD, and even birth defects. Pesticides have the potential to harm the nervous system, reproductive system, and the endocrine system. Pesticides can be harmful to fetuses because the chemicals can pass from the mother during pregnancy. Even though one piece of fruit, for example, with pesticides isn't going to kill you, but it's when they build up in the body over months and years that they can be detrimental to your health. And that's why we have to get pesticides out of our life and out of our bodies if we want to heal and thrive. Now, the next big topic of toxin we need to talk about is stress and emotional trauma. This is a little less known toxin, but if it's left unhealed, can and often does prevent your body from healing and downregulates your immune system and can allow other diseases to show up. This toxin is not a physical toxin, it's an emotional toxin. It's known as PTSD, trauma, stress, and childhood adverse events. Let's take a deeper look at the science behind this. So have you heard of ACEs before? I've taught a lot on this. This is so essential. All the cancer patients we work with, they all learn this because it's so important. ACEs stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. It originated from this groundbreaking study in the 90s from the CDC and Kaiser Permanente. Actually, one good thing that they've done over the years. And it refers to 3 specific kinds of adverse childhood events, things that children experienced in the home. So when you break all of these down, you can see here, they looked at 3 main types of ACEs: abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction. Now, from 17,000 different adults that the data was collected from, they found that the adverse childhood events negatively shaped future social and physical health outcomes, including life expectancy. So the more negative events that you experience as a child, the higher likelihood you are as an adult to suffer an array of health and behavior problems, including alcoholism, chronic pulmonary disease, depression, drug use, liver disease, adolescent pregnancy, cancer, and more. And here's the really most shocking part. Adults with the highest level of ACEs, so 4+ ACEs, 4 or more of these adverse childhood events, had a life expectancy 20 years less than those without the high level of ACEs. This led me to ask, okay, why do ACEs actually lead to diseases like cancer and heart disease and all kinds of other diseases and an early death? Here's what I've discovered. That childhood experience was never healed, and it remains in the subconscious mind. Trauma also generates neuropeptides. Neuropeptides lodge themselves in our tissues, in our body. Neuropeptides have many functions, but in this case, these ones can lead to chronic inflammation, and we know chronic inflammation causes cancer. So even though I had more than 4 ACEs as a child, I had a very challenging childhood. I have done the work over the years to heal these adverse childhood events. That's why I know it's possible. I know we can heal. I know trauma can be released and these neuropeptides can be released, and we don't have to be that statistic. We don't have to have the early death and all the pain and suffering at the end of our life. If you are dealing with pain and suffering, I feel for you, and I deeply feel for you and want to help you. And if you want to prevent that pain and suffering and early death, that's why this is so essential that we learn to heal. We learn to release this toxin from our bodies and our life, because that's what it is. Emotional trauma is a toxin, and we can release them through emotional detoxification. Through emotional detox, we can release these trapped traumas, overcome these adverse childhood events, and empower our bodies to heal. I've done it, and I know many others who've done it as well, and it is life-changing, and truly, it's essential if we want to prevent cancer or any chronic disease or help our bodies heal. And so far, we just covered a few of the 9 cancer-causing toxins. I don't want to spend 3 or 4 hours on this presentation going into every single one. I'll give you more resources for that at the end of this presentation. But let me ask you a question. Are you thinking, okay, so I'm exposed to all these toxins all around me. What's the point? It's all around. There's nothing I can do. Do you think that maybe you're doomed? You just don't even have a chance of healing cancer or preventing it or other chronic diseases because you're just so consumed. We're so exposed to these toxins all around us. Well, the truth is, maybe a few decades ago, that might have been true. But today, the good news is we have the science, the support, and the solutions readily accessible to us right now to combat this problem. And I will show you how to do it. So if you're ready to get these toxins out of your body and your life, the easy way so you can heal and thrive, I will show you the best way. But first, let me show you the hard way so you can avoid it, okay? Most people try and they try to get these toxins out of their bodies and their lives. And here's what most people try. Most people are told you have to buy expensive supplements, do months of challenging fasting and dieting, spend thousands of dollars on programs and pills, and they end up mostly overweight, in pain, dealing with constipation and frustration because they're not better off than when they started. So let's let these old, outdated ideas of detoxing go for now, and let me show you the more up-to-date ways to help your body detox and heal, okay? I'm going to show you the easy way. Sound good? All right. Right now, we're going to go into the 3 secrets of toxins so you can learn why most people fail when trying to remove toxins from their lives and their bodies. Once you understand these 3 secrets, you'll be able to heal faster than ever before. Secret number 1, toxins are easily disguised as healthy. Number 2, toxins are relentless. And number 3, toxins take time. They take time and a multi-pronged approach to eliminate. Super important. Okay, I'm going to go through each one of these. So here we go. Number 1, toxins are easily disguised as healthy. And here's how to spot them instantly, even when they're disguised. This is super important for you. Now, I used to think words like natural and clean and plant-based would eliminate the toxins, but I found out that's not true at all. Let's look at some of the items that you use daily that most people think don't have toxins, but are actually filled with them. Shampoos that say natural and sulfate-free and ethically sourced. Look at this. This is like, oh, made in the USA, paraben-free, vegan, cruelty-free, sulfate-free, ethically sourced. It's beautiful young lady on it. It's got green and it's got leaves and it's called naturals even. Wow, it's natural. This must be good. It's got shea butter and etc. Right? Well, turn it over and look at the long list of synthetic chemicals, understudied ingredients. Some of these are known endocrine disruptors. Others have very little long-term studies and don't have any studies done on them when they're all combined together. That's the big thing here. Yeah, there are some natural things in here, and then there are definitely some not natural things in here. Think of being in a lab and adding a bunch of chemicals together and hoping not to create an explosion. And somehow that's supposed to be safe for our bodies. Are you kidding me? Right? There's no studies that put all these chemicals together and then say they're safe. We're just supposed to believe these profit-centric companies who are not required to do long-term safety testing by our government on the long-term effects of mixing dozens of chemicals together, that they're safe. Come on, seriously, give me a break. That's what's expected of us today. It's unbelievable. It's true for deodorants, toothpaste, supplements, lotions, shaving cream, and more. How do we reduce our toxic exposure and help our bodies heal? First, we have to reduce our exposure to toxins by eliminating them from our lives. Pretty simple concept, right? Well, you imagine how many people know this but don't do it. Let's make the commitment right now that you are going to do it. All right? Because I want you to be healthy, to heal, and to thrive. And I think you want that for yourself as well. Then step number 2 is we have to detoxify them from our bodies. Most toxins are fat soluble. They end up stored in fatty tissues in our bodies, like our brains, nerves, glands, and the fat and adipose tissue all around our bodies. And we got to get them out of our bodies. So let's start with number 1. And I'm going to give you the 4 steps to reduce your toxic exposure right now. Okay? Let me show you 4 simple steps that will greatly reduce your exposure. And now this isn't going to eliminate 100% of your exposure, but we don't need to eliminate 100% of our exposure. We just need to reduce our exposure so our immune system and our elimination organs can be empowered to handle the rest. Does that make sense? All right. So step 1, always read the back of labels. Always. It's filled with so many of them are filled with lots of chemicals and dyes and preservatives and fragrances. If it is, don't buy it. Look for real plant-based ingredients all the way through. Now, here's an example of a deodorant with good ingredients and one with bad ingredients. Excuse me. Look at the front of this. They have a dove. They have pomegranate. They make it look clean and natural and beautiful. And you're like, oh, there's pomegranate. It must be good for me, right? No, that's why you cannot trust the front labels. You always have to read the back labels, okay? So important. Step 2, we need to reduce our plastic exposure. This is so important. We don't have to eliminate it 100%. Again, we don't have to be perfect with these things. We just need to make some simple changes so we can reduce our toxic exposure exponentially. Remember, plastics have something called phthalates and vinyl chlorides. Phthalate exposure is associated with adverse developmental effects in terms of increased prenatal mortality, reduced growth and birth rate, and can lead to cancer. Chronic exposure to phthalates will adversely influence the endocrine system and functioning of multiple organs, which has negative long-term effects on our bodies and the bodies of our children and grandchildren. If we want our bodies to prevent or fight off cancer, we have to eliminate plastics and the plastic chemicals from our bodies. One simple shift you can make right now: stop drinking liquids out of plastic bottles and stop storing your food in plastic containers. Get stainless steel bottles, not aluminum. It's got to be stainless steel or glass. And then get glass containers to store your food. So for your water, stainless steel or glass, and for your food containers, glass containers is what I use. Doing that one thing alone will help you exponentially. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy to do. You buy it one time and then it lasts you for years and years and years. But we've got to reduce our exposure to these plastics and to phthalates in general. And the phthalates are in the cosmetics, the shampoos, a lot of the things that we talked about. So I'm going to show you how to get those out as well. But like I said, this step 3 is going to basically handle all of that for you. Buy USDA organic. If you only buy organic, at least all of your fresh whole food and at least your body care products, you will reduce your toxic load exponentially. Not 100%, but you will reduce it significantly. So to have that USDA organic seal, it's a big process. I've actually looked into this myself for getting products certified. It's a big process. People poo-poo the organic, but it's actually a great thing that reduces our toxic exposure by up to 95% or more. I mean, that's massive. That's massive. 95% of all organic products or organic products to be certified USDA organic has to have 95+% of all of its ingredients organic. That means by choosing that, you're reducing your exposure by 95% with that category. That's amazing. And organic has become a lot more affordable over the past 2 decades because more people are buying organic. Look at these charts, for example. In the past few years alone, a lot of organic foods have gone down in price. I know with inflation things are changing, and I know this is fluid up and down over the years. But here's what the charts show us: as purchase of organic produce goes up, price goes down. So the more of us who are buying organic, I started buying organic in 2000, and I think I first started buying organic in 2008 and have been more and more ever since, to the point where just about everything we buy is organic. I saw where in stores it was very hard to find organic, and now in every store, every grocery store of every kind, you can see organic food and organic products, or you can get them online as well. So we know we need it no matter what. And even if you can only buy 50% organic or 25% organic, it's better than nothing, and it will reduce your exposure, as we talked about. So step number 4, we have to filter your water and air. We have to clean it up. As the EWG identified, there may be 2 to 5 times as much air pollution in your home than there are outdoors in polluted cities. Let me say it again. There can be 2 to 5 times more pollution in your home than there are outside in polluted cities. And most people spend half or more of their time inside. It's true. Even though you can't see it, your home is off-gassing VOCs, volatile organic compounds. You've got formaldehyde from your carpets. Formaldehyde from your cupboards. You've got VOCs from your fire retardant carpets. You've got off-gassing from your paint. There's so many hidden toxins in your home right now. But if you buy an air purifier like Air Doctor, or you put one plant per 100 square feet in your home, the air in your home becomes safe to breathe again. And for the water, we know it's filled with all kinds of chemicals, pesticides, fluoride, chlorine, even prescription drugs have been found in drinking water. What you need is a reverse osmosis water filter or carbon filtration system, and you're good to go. Those things are really important, and nowadays they're actually very affordable. So I will show you how to detox and get the toxins out of your body, because they're stuck in there right now. But we have to reduce the amount we're putting in our bodies if we want to heal and thrive. Okay? We have to stop putting the gasoline in so we can stop feeding that flame in our bodies. That's number 1. And number 2, we have to detox them out, because they get stuck in the fat cells. They get stuck in the colon, and they just very often don't come out on their own. So I'll show you how to do that as well. So that's number 2. Is the second step to healing and thriving is detoxify these chemicals from our bodies. I just showed you 4 ways to reduce them in your life. But even by reducing them, we're still exposed to toxins every day. Like I said, from the cupboards, the VOCs, from the phthalates, and the water, the mercury into fish, exhaust from the vehicles, pesticides into food. We're going to reduce these. And I know it seems daunting and never ending, but trust me, there is hope. I've done this in my own life with my own family. It is totally possible. It's actually not very hard at all. But let's say you follow these 4 steps and you reduce your exposure by 50%, 75%, maybe 80%, right? That's a huge chunk of chemicals, hundreds of chemicals you just eliminated from your daily life. Now we've turned down that amount of gasoline being poured on the fire inside our bodies significantly, so our bodies can actually do what they do best, which is heal and thrive. Now we got to detoxify the remaining toxins that are stored in many of our tissues out of our bodies, okay? So first question I had when exploring how to do this was, is it even possible to get the cancer-causing toxins out of my body so I can heal and thrive and not have a cancer diagnosis? Because I was very toxic and very sick at an early age. And the short answer is yes. I'll share with you some examples of how it's possible and achievable by anyone. This is me on the left. I was really toxic, near death, around 17, 18 years old. I had acne, I was stressed out, I was eating poorly, I was exposed to lots of toxic chemicals every day. I had gut issues, depression, anger. I was sick all the time. I was in and out of the doctor's office continually, fatigued, and on a path towards cancer and an early death. Then in the middle, this is me in my early years of my health journey. I began researching, experimenting with different detoxes. I learned how to improve my diet. I reduced some of the toxins in my life, but I was still researching, experimenting, figuring all this stuff out the hard way. Some detoxes worked and others left me feeling terrible. Seriously, no energy, felt like I was dead. And I spent over 15 years experimenting with dozens of detoxes until I figured out what worked and what didn't. Then after I figured out how to get these toxins out effectively, I not only was able to eliminate the toxins from my body and my brain and my life, but I was able to gain more energy, work out more, sleep better, heal faster, and feel better and stronger than ever before. Now I'm healthier and stronger than I've ever been. My toxic exposure is 10 times less than it used to be, and my body is now equipped to fight off toxins, and I know how to detox easily and safely. I have more energy, I sleep better, I get sick far less often, and I'm able to live a healthy and meaningful life, and that is what I want for you as well. I go back to ask the question, how did I first learn about detoxing? Because this is important to know. In 2007, I did my first detox called the Master Cleanse. Have you heard of that? Put it in the chat if you've heard of it. It's nothing but a big jug. If you've heard of it, you know what it's like to walk around with this big gallon jug of yellow, red water everywhere you go, right? You fill a big jug of water, you add lemons, cayenne, and maple syrup. And that's all you drink for days. Now, I don't recommend it to people for their first cleanse or detox. Don't recommend it if you have cancer. Certainly not without proper guidance. And the truth is, while it was challenging, it was also the first time I began realizing the need for detoxing my body, getting the toxic foods and drinks out of my body. And after 5 days of nothing but that lemon water drink, I actually could feel my organs for the first time in my life. And it sounds, I know, kind of weird, but I honestly could feel that they felt happy that I was giving them a break from all the toxins. And so it really opened my eyes. What is this thing? I just basically got invited by a friend. Hey, I'm doing this thing called Master Cleanse. Oh yeah, okay. You want to do it with me? Sure. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know what a cleanse was. And once I did, and once I was like, all right, what is this thing? I researched it. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And then that just lit a fire under me to start researching health and cleansing and detoxing, and have been researching and experimenting ever since. But with any cleanse or detox, I mean, you really have to be careful. I mean, I know someone who went to the hospital doing the Master Cleanse. He had too many toxins. He came out of his cleanse. He ate a bunch of normal greasy food after the cleanse, put a whole bunch of toxins back in his system, and messed him up badly, literally put him in the hospital. So the Master Cleanse can be okay if it's done properly, but it's definitely not ideal for someone with cancer or with chronic health conditions. And you got to really know what you're doing. I've done dozens of cleanses and detoxes, and honestly, some of them are okay. Some of them are complete crap, to tell you the truth. But most of the ones you've heard of out there have some inherent dangers you have to watch out for. And really, I believe many of them are just gimmicks to sell you products. So you have to have the right guidance by the right experts when detoxing, especially if you have cancer or you have other health conditions. Now, I'll show you how to get the best guidance by the best experts on the planet and how you can get these toxins out fast and easy. But detoxing without proper guidance is like learning how to drive without a teacher. It's very difficult and potentially dangerous. So make sure you have a clear plan taught by the right people. This works for anyone wanting to take control of their health, anyone who's exposed to the modern world's toxins, anyone who drinks water, eats food, breathes air, right? I mean, this really works, can work for anyone. And when you follow this proven blueprint, it is fast, affordable, and easy. So that's that. I'm going to go on the secret number 2 quickly. We're going to go through this quickly because you need to know this. Toxins are relentless. They latch onto your body and brain even when you're living a healthy life. There was a study published, National Library of Medicine. It shows how all these toxins we talked about, they get stored in the fat tissue, and then they cause dysregulation in our hormones, genetic expression, inflammatory cytokines, on and on and on. Even the leanest bodybuilders on the planet, even if they're competing at 3% body fat, they still have enough fat on their body to store toxins. Most people are sitting at 30% or more body fat today. Has a lot of adipose tissue for toxins to build up. And so they get built up in your brain and your fat tissues and your organs all around your body. There's tons of evidence showing that not only they get stuck in your body, but the consequences lead to pro-inflammatory state, leading to all kinds of chronic health conditions and chronic diseases, including cancer. So how do we do that? Well, we have to take a multi-pronged approach. That's secret number 3. One spray or one magic supplement won't do the trick. You need a multi-pronged approach. A lot of supplement companies just want to sell you a single supplement or a single cleanse and say it will remove all your toxins. That's simply not true. I mean, I could just create a pill or a single cleanse and be like, hey, if you buy this, it's going to solve all your toxic problems, right? We would probably sell millions of dollars of it and I'd be rich because of it, but it wouldn't be honest. So to actually remove these major categories of toxins from your brain and body, it takes more than that. Now, it is totally possible. Anybody can do it. You can do it in just minutes a day, but you need the right guidance because candida lysine, which is the toxin that comes from candida in your gut, and mycotoxins that come from the mold in your house are different than heavy metals. Heavy metals are different than pesticides. Pesticides are different than phthalates. Phthalates are different than neuropeptides stuck in your tissues from childhood adverse events. And we can be sure, if you live in the modern world, that you have all or most of these toxins inside your body right now, whether you have cancer or not. So they require a multi-pronged approach to eliminate them. And this multi-pronged approach is the best way to do it. So let's review real quick what those 9 major cancer-causing toxins are, so we can recognize that this multi-pronged approach to eliminate them is the best way. So each one of these has its own necessary action steps to eliminate them. You can't just take a supplement and think you're covered. It requires proper guidance from the right experts and a clear action plan, and I'll share that with you in a moment, okay? But pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, candida lysine, and mycotoxins, heavy metals, processed sugar, which we didn't even talk about, but processed sugar is essential to not only get out of our life, but also get off the addiction and get out of our bodies. And I'll show you how to do that. Phthalates, PTSD, emotional stress, fillers, additives, preservatives, parasites, and EMFs. Again, this is all critical to get out of our lives and out of our bodies. It is easy. It doesn't have to be hard or complicated. It can be easy. With the right strategy, you can reduce, mitigate, and eliminate most, if not all, these toxins from your body in just minutes a day. I mean, Keisha Ewers, she went through an emotional detox process that helped her reverse breast cancer. Her story is incredible. Within 3 months of her cancer, she did an emotional healing process and the breast cancer completely reversed. Dr. Kevin Connors, he found out he had colon cancer. He decided not to do chemotherapy. He made the lifestyle changes and followed a specific detox protocol. He detoxed heavy metals, phthalates, fungus. He was able to put his stage 4 colon cancer into complete remission with a 100% natural approach. Now, I'm not promising that, by following these detox protocols from these experts I'm about to share with you, is that it's going to make you heal, 100%. Like I said, I can't guarantee that. But we do know if we get them out of our bodies and of our lives, we will increase our body's ability to not only heal from chronic diseases like cancer, but prevent it in the first place, give us more energy, and help us live longer and better. So If you want to prevent cancer, or if you're seeking a natural approach for cancer, or you have a family member or a friend, or if you just want to live longer and healthier, have more energy, less fatigue and pain, that's who will benefit from this. And I want to ask you a question. If you modeled what worked, right? What if you modeled what works? What if you reduced and eliminated majority of toxins you're exposed to every day, implement what works effectively in your own life, and learn from real experts how to detoxify these toxins from your body, your brain, and your life? If you model what works, could you get the same results? Could you get the same results as Dr. V, Keisha, or Kevin, or many of the other thousands of people we've worked with? Could you completely reverse cancer? Could you prevent cancer? Could you reverse and heal other chronic issues? Well, the answer is yes. If you model what works, then it's definitely possible you could get the same results, right? Of course, there's no guarantees, but we know it's possible. Now, let's say you didn't heal cancer, but you improved your energy. You stopped cancer from growing. You reduced your pain. You had more happiness and vitality in your life. Imagine if the quality of your life improved. You're less sick. You feel better. You have more energy in your life, a deeper connection in life. For most people, that would totally transform their lives for the better. I watched my own grandpa suffer and die because of the toxic chemicals he received during his conventional cancer treatment. And I deeply wish I knew then what I know now, so I could have shared it with him. And now you have access to this as well. I wish I could have helped him learn this earlier on. I may have been able to save his life, but at least I can share this with you, and it can help you or your loved ones in your life. But let me ask you a question real quick. I know I talk really fast. I know we've covered a lot so far. I want to ask you, how many of you feel like this right now? This hiya karate ninja person that's kind of ready to do this and take control of your health. You're ready to heal. You're ready to get these toxins out of your body, but maybe you're a little overwhelmed, not exactly sure where to start. This feels like you just type yes. I totally understand. I know I promised you I was going to give you a ton of value during our time together. So I did that and will continue to. So I know if you might feel overloaded, that's okay. I'm going to simplify it and make it really easy for you right now. Okay. So if you're inspired and ready to move forward with your health and your life, then we can do it and you can do it. We can do it together. So I want to make sure that you get the best guidance from the most trusted experts in the world when it comes to detox, and give you as much success as possible with your health and be able to fully implement everything we've spoken about today so you can dramatically transform your life and your health. Okay. So what I've done for you is I put together a really great offer to own our new anti-cancer detox masterclass to help you implement everything we just covered in this presentation, walking through the best detoxification protocols guided by top detox doctors. And I just want to ask your permission real quick. Do you mind if I spend about 15 minutes and just show you what you get if you invest in the anti-cancer detox masterclass today? I'm sharing this with you because I know it will literally help you take everything we covered today and implement it into an easy to follow step-by-step process. Are you okay with me sharing that? Please type in the chat box if you'd like to learn about the anti-cancer detox masterclass. Okay, looks like everyone's saying yes. Yes, please go ahead. Yes, okay. So I know this is something that can truly help you in your life. And since we all know that removing these 9 major cancer-causing toxins from your brain and your body takes a multi-pronged approach and guidance from real cancer detox experts, I knew I had to reach out to the top experts on the planet and ask them how they help their cancer patients heal their bodies by detoxifying all these toxins from their brain and bodies. I knew that if I was going to be able to help more people around the world actually heal and thrive and prevent disease, I had to put these experts' top detox strategies and protocols into an easy to follow action plan so it would be easy and accessible and affordable for anyone at any age with any stage of disease or health challenge. I knew it had to be easy and simple, and I had to make it so that anyone could do it from home. That's why I brought together these 4 world-renowned cancer detox doctors to share with you exactly how they help their patients. And the great news is you won't have to pay tens of thousands of dollars consulting with them and visiting their clinics like most people do. You can just follow exactly how they do it simply by owning this masterclass. When you invest in the Anti-Cancer Detox Masterclass, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 10 modules taught by world-class detox cancer experts. And let's go through those modules briefly. Here's what you'll get and what you'll learn. The hidden toxin cancer connection, a type of toxin that nobody's really talking about. The most dangerous types of toxins you should throw away, whether you've been diagnosed with cancer or not, what toxins actually do to your body, how they're connected with cancer, autoimmune disease, or neurodegenerative disease. The missing link detox. You will learn how often should you detox, what kinds of detox you should do, why most people actually put themselves in danger when they try to do a detox. And you'll learn all about what the missing link is in the detox, as well as mental and emotional and traumatic detox. Module 3, how to detox parasites from your gut, your brain, and your bloodstream. We know that so many parasites can block your immune system. How to know if you have worms, what top cancer doctors and scientists recommend that patients do to flush parasites out of their systems forever. Module 4 is all about fungus and getting the fungus out and the candida and removing that. A simple test, how to know if you have fungus in your bloodstream, and what your doctors will never tell you about candida, fungus, and mold, and how to detox from candida and fungus. How to detox brain toxins, what you can do to remove these toxins, how stress or anxiety can be a sign that these brain toxins are blocking your body's natural healing ability, and what to do about it. Heavy metals, how to detox heavy metals, and a two-step detox that flushes heavy metals out of your body forever. The easy sugar detox, like I said, sugar is essential, and we know sugar affects tumor cells and can actually make them grow faster, and what you can do to eliminate sugar cravings and detox from sugar. Excuse me. How to detox from gluten. We didn't even talk about gluten, but it is so important to get out of the body, and it is in so many things you're not even aware of. How gluten affects your genetics, your immune system, and your gut, and how to detox it easily and safely. Cancer-causing toxins and where to find them, the ones in your air, food, and water, and which filters you should use, the little-known toxins hiding in your kitchen cabinet, and how to get them out. And Module 10, EMFs. And yes, there is a tremendous amount of science that shows EMFs are causing inflammation and can lead to cancer in the body. So what to do about it, and what to do if you got 5G towers around you. You don't have to throw away your cell phone, but you can reduce your EMF exposure, and you can help your body prevent EMFs damaging it. So the reason I created this masterclass, because we know that toxins are at the root of just about every single disease on the planet. When I visited the Center for New Medicine in Irvine, California, their staff told me every single cancer patient they test has multiple toxins in their bodies, including parasites, fungus, and heavy metals. So that's why I brought together these top doctors to teach you exactly how to get these toxins out of your life and your body. Here's the 4 detox experts that you will learn from. Dr. Jen Simmons. She spent the first 17 years of her career as one of the country's top breast cancer surgeons. She then was diagnosed with autoimmune disease. She realized conventional medicine couldn't help her. She then became certified in functional medicine. She healed herself naturally, and she's become a top detox expert and shares her top detox protocols with you during this masterclass. Dr. Thomas Lodi, who's been practicing medicine for over 34 years, established one of the first integrative oncology centers. He's been licensed as a medical doctor since 1987 and a homeopathic medical doctor since 2002. He helps thousands of cancer patients, and he shares his top detox protocols. Dr. Nalini Chilkov, leading edge authority in the field of integrative cancer care. She's the creator of the Outsmart Cancer System. She brings over 30 years of clinical experience and of integrative medicine and traditional Chinese medicine. She will show you her best detox strategies. And Dr. Kevin Connors, clinic director at the Connors Clinic. He graduated from Northwestern Health Sciences University in 1986. He's been studying alternative cancer care for over 18 years. He holds fellowships, AMA fellowships, and board certifications, anti-aging, regenerative functional medicine, botanical medicine. He's board certified in integrative cancer therapy. You might even remember him from earlier in this presentation where I shared his story, how he was able to reverse his own cancer with steps he'll teach you personally during this masterclass. So you now have 4 of the top experts in cancer and detoxification in your corner, guiding you through every step of the detox process so you can do it safely and effectively. The best part is we take their decades of knowledge and experience and consolidate it all down into simple, easy to follow masterclass modules with action steps so that you can follow in just minutes a day at home, making detox easier than ever before. So in addition to these 4 experts guiding you on video how to detox the 9 major toxins we talked about, you're also going to get the Anti-Cancer Detox Workbook for free. This is your companion. It pairs with the life-saving information that's taught in the masterclass. It's broken down step-by-step bullet points, what's covered. It really ensures you have the easiest way possible to take immediate action. Comes in a convenient PDF format. You can print it out wherever you are, make as many copies as you want, and you can go through the 10 modules of the anti-cancer detox with your workbook. It's all right there for you. You can take notes. It answers a lot of commonly asked questions, and it makes it that much more effective. And that's not all though, because when you buy the anti-cancer detox today, you'll also receive the audios and the transcripts of the entire masterclass. So whether you like to read or you like to watch, you like to listen, you have lifetime access to all of it. Also, as a special thank you for attending this web class, you're going to get my 1-page daily detox sheet. Now, this is the direct result of me interviewing hundreds of integrative oncologists, doctors, and scientists. It's the direct result of my own experimentation over nearly 2 decades with detoxification. And what I did is I took the most powerful detox tips, rituals, and ideas that I've worked time and time again, and I put them into one easy to read sheet of paper. So you have a detox game plan that you can start using literally as soon as tonight. The single sheet of paper takes all the guesswork, the confusion, and the fuss out of figuring out how to detox. All you have to do is look at this sheet of paper literally every morning, put it on your fridge, and follow my step-by-step instructions. The only place in the world to get this detox sheet is when you invest in this masterclass. It's not available anywhere else online. And honestly, if I were to sell this by itself, which I don't, but if I did, even though it's 1 page, I would sell it for at least $300, at least $297. Why? Because if you did nothing else except follow the 5-minute morning and evening protocols on this single sheet of paper that I compiled over the past 12 years, you'll be knocking out just about every major toxic chemical from your body every single day. So if all you did was follow exactly what's on this 1 page, you would get 3 times your money's worth from this masterclass. It's truly that valuable. You're also going to get Dr. Lee Aaron Keneally's Be Perfectly Healthy book, 304-page downloadable book. You're going to get Mama Z's essential oil detox recipes with essential oils that help fight cancer. And so here's what you're going to get. Everything when you order today, here's everything you're going to get. We know the value of this masterclass and access to these experts and their years of research and advice is worth at least $4,869. All 10 video modules are $497 value. All 10 audios and transcripts, $47 value. The Daily Detox Sheet, $297. Be Perfectly Healthy book, $19. Do it yourself detox essential oils, $49. And then the guidance, if you were to consult with each of these top 4 doctors, would cost you $3,960. We have it all for you together in this masterclass. We know the total value is $4,869. I mean, here's the reality. Just 1 round of chemotherapy can cost you anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000. Is that insane? And according to one of the largest studies ever done on chemotherapy and 5-year survival, it only improved 5-year survival when grouped amongst 22 adult cancers by 2.3%. And yet we're spending billions of dollars on chemotherapy every year. It's insane. I mean, honestly, even if you were to pay the $4,869, let's say it's even half of that, but you were able to take back control of your health, get the cancer-causing toxins out of your body and your life, give you more energy, give you more hope and vitality for the future, would it be worth it to you? I mean, it's hard to put a price on health, right? I mean, our health truly is our greatest wealth. Well, the good news is we're not going to charge $4,869. We're not even going to charge half of that. Since you're on this webinar right now, we're going to give you a massive limited time webinar discount. Right now, when you order, you get everything here I just talked about for $97. You can invest in your health right now for a one-time payment of $97. You get everything for lifetime use. And for everyone on the webinar right now, if you order in this moment, we are going to make it a no-brainer for you. Make sure you get all your questions answered by the top experts on the planet. So as a one-time only bonus, when you order today, you're going to get this empowering one-on-one interview I conducted with Dr. Tom O'Brien, where he shares his decades of research how to detoxify the body safely and effectively and go deep into gut healing and balancing your microflora. And we're also going to give you Jonathan Otto's class on his top solutions and findings for eliminating parasites and heavy metals from the body to help heal autoimmune diseases. You're going to get this absolutely free today as well. So there should be a button on your page right now. Please chat in the chat box if you can't see it. Or if you can see it, please let us know. Yes, I see the button. There should be a button that has appeared on your page somewhere. Click that button. It'll take you to the checkout page and read that checkout page because you're getting these bonuses for free. But we also have a special limited time bonus for you on that checkout page as well. So go secure your lifetime access to this right now before this is all done. Okay? Click that button. It'll take you right there to checkout and you'll get everything that we have talked about. Now, the truth is, when it comes to our health, we have two options, right? At this point, now that you know this masterclass is available to you and you know you can have immediate access to it, I think you have two options. Your first option is do nothing and maybe just keep doing what you've always done. But we all know the famous quote that if we want something to change, we have to change first. And most important, we have to change our approach, right? But you've been spending this time with me, so obviously you're ready to move forward with your health and healing, and you're ready to detox and help your body fight against cancer. Otherwise, I don't think you'd spend this time learning about this. Am I right? So your second option, you can make a small investment today and give it a try. I promise you'll learn something new that can dramatically change your life for the better, or we will give you your money back. You have 60 days to try it out and see if it works for you. Go through the entire masterclass, all the bonuses, the videos, audios, transcripts, the workbook. Spend as much time as you want. If you don't want it for any reason within 60 days, you get 100% money back guarantee. And that's just a fact. No questions asked. So you don't even have to make the decision today. Make it 2 months from now. There's no risk. Just try it now. Let us know in 60 days. There's no commitment. The reality is this is all about you. This is about you getting what you need to help you thrive and heal. If you think this can help you in any way, just try it now. Go through the masterclass and then decide in 60 days if you want to keep it or not. It's pretty easy. I know this can change your life for the better. So give it a try. I know you will be glad that you did. And you can click that button on the page to go ahead and register right now and you'll get access to everything. So here's everything you're going to get. I'm going to recap for you all 10 video modules, all 10 audios and transcripts, the daily detox sheet, Be Perfectly Healthy book, do-it-yourself detox essential oils recipes, the guidance from the 4 cancer detox doctors, the interview bonus number 1 and 2. You're also getting the workbook, and the total value is $4,967. And as a special thank you right now for supporting our mission to help eradicate cancer and chronic disease from the planet, we're giving you a buy one, get one free right now so you can share the entire masterclass package with a friend or family member absolutely free. They get everything that you get absolutely free for a friend or family member. Help someone you love or care about. and you can send them this buy one, get one free offer. Take a drink here real quick. Throat's a little dry, a lot of talking. Thanks for sticking around with me all the way to the end here. It's amazing. You've been here. We've got about 15 minutes left. We're going to wrap up with some questions, okay? So, it's time for Q&A. We got 15 minutes or less to wrap up through these questions. I've seen a lot of questions come through. Our team gathered a bunch of the most common questions. I'm just going to answer them quickly now, and we'll wrap up in 15 minutes or less, okay? But in the meantime, click that button and you can get access to everything we just talked about instantly. You'll have instant access to it. Also, if you have more questions I don't answer right now, just email us. Grab that email at the bottom of the slide, support@conqueringcancer.com, and email our team and they will help you, okay? Like I said, if we don't get to your question right now, don't worry about it. You can sign up. You can get the special offer right now. You have 60-day money-back guarantee. And then you can reach out to our team and ask them any questions you have. We are here for you, okay? So, first question that was gathered, most common question, is this just one main cleanse or one main detox protocol? No, this is a series of different detoxes and cleanses based on the 9 main toxin categories that we covered. Some of them overlap and some of them cross over each other. And most of them are independent, but there is relatability. Some things that you detox for some chemicals and toxins work for others as well. So there is some overlap, but it is a series of different things that you can do, different plants that you need to take or you should take, different kinds of detoxifiers, different steps you can take at home. All of that's covered throughout the 10 different modules. Each module is based on the 9 different toxic categories. So you'll learn each one. You go through one, you can follow through what it says, and then you can go through the next one, follow through what it says. It's pretty easy to go through and follow it, okay? Is this only for the United States? No, we have people all over the world. You can access this anywhere in the world. Can I download the modules? You should be able to download everything. You can access it online in our membership area. And I believe you can download the materials as well. Sometimes videos are not able to be downloaded, but everything else can be. But if you have more questions on that, you can email our team, but you'll be able to have lifetime access to all the materials. So you don't have to worry about it. You can download the audios and the transcripts and the bonuses and all that stuff, the workbook, everything that you need, okay? Who's teaching the masterclass? It's the 4. So I actually gathered these 4 together. I did 4 sessions, one with each of them, and then we pulled it all together into a masterclass. So it's the 4 doctors that I shared with you earlier. Recommended supplements to take? Yes, there are, depending on what the toxin is and what's going on. There are certain supplements that are recommended to take for various detoxification protocols. Will I have side effects? Now, again, before you do any detox or any cleanse or anything like that, before you do this one or anyone, definitely consult with your primary physician, whether it's an integrative doctor. You reach out to, integrative doctors in our network. You can reach out to your own doctor, whoever you want to, but always talk with them first before doing, any kind of major detoxes. A lot of these things are talked about in the masterclass. If you're going through chemotherapy, if you're, what can you do to actually improve chemotherapy a couple days before and a couple days after? What things to keep an eye out for, those kinds of things. Now, we can't give medical advice in this masterclass. I can't give medical advice. It's not what we're doing. For medical advice, you need to talk to a medical doctor, but these are medical doctors sharing their experience in this masterclass. And so a lot of those questions get answered. Some detoxes, depending on how toxic you are, might have some side effects. So it's something you'll want to pay close attention to. there's a lot of ways to mitigate that, and that's what's talked about in the masterclass is, all right, if you got this going on and you start doing this thing, here's the way to do it to help reduce any chances of side effects. Some people dive into big detox protocols real quickly, and all of a sudden they feel sick because they're just detoxing so fast, and we don't want that. So we want to gradually implement, and that's what the first two modules do, is they cover all this information up front so you are clear on how to detox safely. That's what I asked them. How do we do this safely? It's really important, okay? So all that's covered in the masterclass. And like I said, there's a button on this page. Click that and you'll get instant access to everything we're talking about. You can start watching that module right away. You can start going through the workbook. You can download my one-page sheet, put it on your fridge, start going through that. You can get access to all of that right away. Does it teach me how to detox candida? Yes, it does, and other fungus as well. Most people actually have candida overgrowth. I don't want to say most people. Most people with cancer, from the doctors who test it that I've talked to, say that they do have fungal overgrowth, candida or other funguses. And some doctors have told me 100% of their patients they tested have candida and parasites and heavy metals. So it's likely if you have a chronic health condition, you have candida, and it will show you what to do about it. Does it cover intermittent fasting? Yes, it does. Intermittent fasting is an important detox protocol, actually. Talks about how to do it safely, how to, what you should watch out for, some pitfalls, how to start, and how to make it effective. Well, I have to abstain from food. No, not necessarily. I mean, it does go into, the masterclass goes into detail on certain foods that are causing more problems and certain foods that are going to help you heal and detox faster and better. So that's what we want. We want to regenerate and heal and improve our bodies. We don't just want to get the toxins out. We got to stop putting them in. So it's not about abstaining from anything. It's about learning which things are causing the problems and how to get them out, and then which things that we put in, which foods we put in that actually help accelerate detox, the detoxification pathways. And you'll learn that in the masterclass. Like I said, you can click that button to sign up right now, and you'll see it inside there. How long are the modules? They're different lengths. Each one is a different length. So each module, I believe, is around 30 minutes. But again, some are shorter, some are longer. But inside there, you're going to get, so much of what you need. Each doctor, actually, some of them are up to an hour as well because they're robust. And each doctor covers their protocols on most, if not all, 9 of the major toxins. So what we did was, okay, Dr. Lodi, what do you do for candida? Okay, Dr. Chilkov, what do you do for candida? Okay, Dr. Jen, what do you do for candida? Okay, so you get basically all 4 doctors sharing with you what they're doing for these different toxins, how to detox them. It's like getting 4 doctors in one, which is super exciting. Do you need a computer? No, you can access on your phone, your iPad. You can access on any digital device, really. So yes, you can access on your computer, on your phone, on your digital device, whatever device you have, you can access it. 60 days. How many days do you have to try it out? You have 60 days. You have a 60-day money-back guarantee. You can try it out for the full time. If you don't want it after that, email us and we'll give you a full 100% money-back guarantee. Does it try to detoxify parasites? Yes, it does. That's a really important one. Again, there are parasites associated with cancer, and we do need certain parasites we need to get out of the body, and there's a module that shows you exactly how to do that. Do I need a water fast? No, not necessarily. Water fasting, it is covered in the modules, but it's not something that you have to do. No, it is a option and a choice. Depends on, do you have some expert support on that. Where are you in your stage of disease? Is it right for you to do? All that stuff is covered. How long can you do it? How safe is it? All that stuff. So that is covered, but no, it's not something that you would have to do. No. What's the minimum time you need to spend each day to get results? Well, here's what I recommend. I recommend you start with one module. Let's say it takes you an hour to go through it. Get your workbook, take notes, and then, you can start implementing some things from that right away. You can implement after you go through it, you can implement like 5 minutes a day is all it takes to do certain things. My protocols, take me 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, and then certain things I do throughout the day that I add in. This is covered in my one sheet. It doesn't take a lot of time. So, it'll take you, maybe you go through one module a day or one module a week, however long you want to go through that on your own. That's up to you. But once you finish that, to implement it each day, it's actually very fast and easy. Will it cure my cancer? Again, I can't guarantee we're going to cure anything. What I can tell you is that, people who detox and get the toxins out of their life and their bodies, more often than not, are seeing incredible health benefits. So, again, we can't guarantee anything, but I know the power of detox. I know the power of detoxing in my own life and in all the people we work with. And I know its power to help our bodies heal. I mean, it's really, here's the way to understand it. We get the flames and the fuel, the fire and the gasoline out of our body so the body can do what it's designed to do. The body is designed to heal cancer and heal chronic diseases. We've got to get all of the crap out that is causing it. Right? The damage to the mitochondria. Remember, we've got to stop the damage. And when we do that, that's when our bodies can heal. So that's what you'll learn in this masterclass. What health conditions can this help with? Well, when people have detoxed, there have been so many health conditions that have been improved. Anything from neurological conditions to autoimmune conditions, to cancer, to heart conditions, to gut health, to chronic fatigue. I've seen so many health issues improved and even reversed when they have detoxified the chemicals and toxins out of their life. So really it can potentially help with just about, when you get the toxins out of your body and out of your life, and potentially help with just about every disease on the planet. Or if you're on medication, again, you need to talk to your doctor. That is important. We're not telling you, just get off all your meds and do this or anything like that. That's not what we're telling you. You should have some advice. I mean, you can even reach out to any integrative doctors that or functional medicine practitioners and talk to them about it. You can share this masterclass with them and ask them what they think. And, I wouldn't share it with a conventional doctor personally. I'm not telling you what to do. I personally wouldn't share with a conventional doctor because they're not trained in this. I would find a functional doctor, holistic doctor, integrative doctor. If it were me personally, I would send them this class and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Let's say you have stage 4 cancer. If I had stage 4 cancer and I was on medication or something, I'd send it to a functional doctor and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think I should do first? Or do you think this is safe for me to do? What I can tell you is that these doctors, the 4 doctors that you're learning from, these are the protocols and these are the detoxification strategies that they use for their own cancer patients and chronic disease patients. Okay, so that's what I can tell you about that. How long is this offer available? This is available, I believe, for the next 72 hours, and then it goes away. So I would just sign up now so you don't miss out on it. And our time is almost up here, so I would just click that button to sign up now, and then you don't have to worry about anything. How do you reach us if you have more questions? Go to just email support@conqueringcancer.com. We have an amazing support team. They will take really good care of you. Okay. And that is the last main question that came through that was sent by my team here. So thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you for allowing me to share this information with you. Thank you for trusting in me to present this to you. My passion and purpose is to help empower, inspire, and support people who are going through chronic health challenges so we can reduce and hopefully eliminate the amount of suffering on the planet, unnecessary suffering that people are going through because of lack of information, lack of guidance, and oftentimes led in the wrong direction that causes more pain and suffering. If I can help reduce suffering and empower people to take back control of their health, even just a little bit, then I feel like, I'm doing what I'm here to do. So I'm grateful for your time, for your attention, for your support and contribution, and appreciate you so much. Hope to see you inside the masterclass. You can go ahead and click that button and grab yours today, and wishing you so much health and healing and happiness. Thanks again for tuning in, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Take care.